The silent orbit. The film opens in the wreckage of the Shepard space station, left adrift after the Cloverfield paradox. A lone escape pod crashes through Earth's atmosphere, landing in the Arctic Circle. Inside is Commander Ava Hamilton Gugu Mbatha-Raw, barely alive but somehow unchanged after years adrift. As she's rescued by a secret U.S. military outpost, strange radio signals erupt across the planet. The Cloverfield event has begun, again, everywhere at once. The Awakening. In New York City, journalist Ethan Ross investigates seismic anomalies linked to the original monster attack. He discovers satellite photos showing massive creatures emerging simultaneously on multiple continents. Meanwhile, a voice transmission plays through static. "We broke the sky." Ethan traces a signal to a hidden research lab called Project Atlas. He realizes the Cloverfield paradox didn't just open a portal, it shattered reality itself. Project Atlas. Project Atlas is revealed to be a global contingency plan created after the first Cloverfield attack, led by Dr. Naomi Keller. The project studies quantum tears left by the paradox experiment. She believes Earth now exists across multiple overlapping timelines, each with its own monsters. These timelines are collapsing inward, merging into one catastrophic reality. Hamilton's return from orbit triggered the final convergence, the Arctic outpost. Military forces transport Hamilton to a classified Arctic base for debriefing. She's interrogated about what she saw aboard the Shepard, something vast behind the stars. At night, she hears faint echoes, whispers in different languages overlapping her own. An aurora forms above the outpost, distorting the sky into shifting dimensions. The soldiers vanish one by one, dragged into the ice by unseen forces. The New York Pulse. Ethan records a shocking live feed of the Hudson River splitting open, revealing something massive stirring below. The city plunges into chaos as skyscrapers distort and reality folds in on itself. Time looping within minutes. People see versions of themselves running in opposite directions. Ethan captures footage of multiple Cloverfield monsters phasing in and out of visibility. He vows to reach Project Atlas and warn the world. The call from the past. Hamilton contacts Naomi via scrambled signal and warns her not to activate the beacon. Naomi, desperate to restore Earth's stability, insists it's their only chance to reverse the convergence. But the beacon's activation could attract the source of the paradox, the original cosmic entity. Hamilton realizes that every monster they've seen is just a fragment of that greater being. She begs him to shut everything down. The collapse begins. As the beacon is activated, electromagnetic storms tear through the planet. Cities blink in and out of existence. One moment Tokyo, the next Rio. Creatures of all shapes and timelines appear. The Cloverfield beast, the paradox tentacle forms, mutated hybrids. The laws of physics fail. Gravity pulses. Oceans rise into the sky. Hamilton sets off across the ice to destroy the beacon herself. The survivors. Ethan, Naomi, and a small convoy of survivors head toward the Atlas core, a facility buried in the ruins of Colorado. Inside, they find evidence that Atlas scientists knew the paradox was never an accident. It was summoned. A cult known as the Children of the Rift believed the experiment would call the Old Architect, a godlike entity sleeping between realities. Naomi realizes humanity's curiosity has doomed them all. The sky splits open like shattered glass, revealing massive silhouettes beyond clouds. The Rift Children. In a tense sequence, Ethan and Naomi are captured by cultists chanting about the return of the Architect. Their leader, Priest Lorien, claims the creatures are the Architect's dreams made flesh. He believes merging realities will awaken the being, cleansing creation through chaos. Hamilton's voice breaks through a radio nearby, warning that the Architect is already awake. The cult kneels as the ground trembles. Something enormous stirs beneath the facility. The core awakens. Lorien activates the Atlas core, believing he's ushering in divinity. Instead, it opens a colossal rift across the sky, through which the Architect's eye peers down. Every Cloverfield creature on Earth roars simultaneously, drawn toward the core. The planet begins to fracture as magnetic storms tear continents apart. Naomi and Ethan escape into the collapsing tunnels, racing to find a core override. Hamilton's descent. Hamilton arrives at the core, seeing ghostly doubles of herself from other timelines dying and merging. She realizes there are infinite versions of her, each doomed by the same paradox. She can feel the architect's presence inside her mind, whispering truths about creation. It tells her, "You are the fragment of my thought. You return to finish me." Hamilton understands the only way to stop the entity is to reunite all versions of herself into one. The merge. With the core overloading, Hamilton triggers the synchronization chamber, pulling alternate versions of herself from collapsing timelines. Visions flash. Her crew, her family, her mistakes, every life she's ever lived. Her body becomes a living conduit of quantum energy. Naomi and Ethan witness her glowing as reality bends around her like liquid glass. The monsters suddenly stop, listening, waiting, the truth of the architect. Hamilton experiences a vision of the architect's true form. Not a god, but cosmic intelligence that creates universes by dreaming them. The paradox experiment pierces consciousness, making aware of humanity. And now, it dreams us into existence and destruction. Hamilton realizes Earth's only hope is to make it forget. She prepares to collapse the core inward, erasing all paradox-linked timelines. Naomi warns that doing so will erase them too. The final countdown. Trinity-like beams of light erupt across the planet as the core overloads. Ethan broadcasts a live message. "If anyone can hear this, remember us." He looks outside to see multiple Earths overlapping in the sky. Hamilton interfaces directly with the architect through the core, offering herself as a replacement consciousness. She whispers, "Dream of peace." Collapse of everything. The core detonates, unleashing a white wave across the Earth. Cities, monsters, and timelines implode into light. For a moment, we see billions of versions of humanity holding hands, merging into one final image. The architect's eye closes. Silence falls. Rebirth. Ethan awakens on a quiet shore. The world seems normal. No monsters, no distortions, just calm. But when he looks up, the moon has cracks running through it. Naomi finds a recording device washed ashore, Hamilton's voice whispering, "Did it work?" He smiles sadly, unsure if they're truly home. The quiet planet. Years later, a new generation lives in peace under a rebuilt sky. Footage of the monsters and the paradox vanish from all archives. History has rewritten itself. But deep in the ocean trench where the first Cloverfield creature appeared, strange pulses return. Something ancient and familiar moves in the dark. The architect may still be dreaming. The return signal. A global satellite picks up a transmission identical to the one from the Shepherd Station. The light is not gone. The cycle begins again. A mysterious figure in a deep-sea suit recovers Hamilton's black box from the wreckage. It glows faintly, pulsing in rhythm with the ocean's movements. He whispers, "Welcome back, Commander." The final vision. We cut to Hamilton's consciousness drifting through a void filled with stars and memory. She sees Earth reborn, her friend alive, and then an enormous shadow blocking the light. She realizes the architect's dream can never end. It only resets. Her eyes open, glowing with the same energy as the monsters. She smiles and says, "Then I'll be the one who dreams." Epilogue. Cloverfield forever. The camera pans through space to reveal countless Earths aligned like reflections in an infinite mirror. In the background, a low rumble, the architect breathing again. One Earth flickers, our Earth, and a deep roar echoes. The final text appears. Cloverfield will continue. Cut to black.